This is our 28th annual conference here in Zagreb, Croatia. The important thing for us this time around was to add further impetus to the guidelines report which we're sponsoring and asking all the scientific advisors and specialists in PKU to produce by next year. Furthermore, at our conference is one of probably the most unique conference for any patient organisation in Europe, in that we include industry, the scientists, academics, professionals, paediatricians, etc., as well as the delegates from various countries who are members of the E.S.PKU. This conference has been probably one of the best, if not the best, that we've ever had. There have been very much, as mentioned previously, lively discussions. The people who've come from all over Europe and overseas have thoroughly enjoyed the time here in Zagreb. The major priority for the E.S.PKU and its member associations is the right to newborn screening in every country in Europe. And that really is our overriding factor for the next 12 months ahead.
E.S.PKU has performed in the recent years a program called Closing the Gaps in Care, where we have identified some real gaps in care and worked out some solutions, starting with a paper which presents the inconsistencies in care, secondly publishing a paper about what patients expect as a minimum standard of care, and finally actually a running project is writing new European guidelines by dedicated experts in the field of PKU. Well, as this plan is coming to its end with the publication of these guidelines, the work doesn't stop. We need to go on, and therefore at this conference we have decided for a new project plan for the next upcoming 6 years, which is headlined Implementation of Best Practice Care. Because having good guidelines and having a message to bring across is one thing, but to make it happen in the countries and in daily life of the patient, that's another thing. And therefore we will strongly work for the next 6 years to implement the guidelines, to implement screening protocols and to implement better best practice care for all European PKU patients and even worldwide. That's the mission, that's the goal that we are going.
This meeting that took place here in Zagreb, Croatia was absolutely fantastic, and it was wonderful for me to have the opportunity to see the mix of the parents and the patients and the professionals, and the way the meeting was held, where each individual group had their own meeting with the delegates, and then the children creating art projects and learning and interacting. And from us, from a professional perspective, being able to network and share our thoughts and our projects. The most impactful sessions for me was the last session of this conference, where a survey was created, and being able to look, it was specifically for the parents and the patients, and it really did not request professional input, which was really perfect. And to look and see what the mindset is and where we should be taking this and what we should be looking at and incorporating long-term for our families.
The Croatian PKU Society has become a link between Western and Central Europe and Southeast European countries, where the gaps in the PKU care are huge. The knowledge we have gained at the conference, the experience we have exchanged, as well as the friendship we have made, will help the PKU patients in their everyday life. We hope that the outcome of this conference will help us all to make a step forward towards optimal PKU care in whole Europe. Next conference will be held in Berlin. We look forward to meeting again and working together in order to eliminate the gaps in PKU care, which unfortunately exist between European countries.